Hey guys, just a heads up before the video starts. We do have a longer video today just due to how the game turned out, and then I went ahead and tagged the bye week at the end of this one, so just bear with me here. If you want to just skip through and just watch the gameplay, that's totally fine. I just wanted to include everything for anybody that's interested in the recruiting and stuff that happened during the bye week, so enjoy the video. Alright, hello and welcome to week 4 of our Houston Dynasty. Let's take a look here. Let's start with the recruiting update. Not too much to go over here, but we do have a new commitment in Curtis Madsen, outside linebacker. Went ahead and gave him a scholarship, and he immediately committed. So, pretty much balance across the board. Not particularly great at anything. Good acceleration, but other than that, he's pretty much just going to be a balanced guy, just really somebody to fill in the roster at this point. 64 overall is nothing crazy, but it is one of our team needs, so went ahead and added him, and he did accept the offer. So quarterback Nick Harvickson, we're all but locked in on him. Miles Ray, we're working on him as well. He's a wide receiver that we're pretty much completely in the lead on. Same with Sean Heflin at D-tackle. JUCO kicker Coleman Carney is likely going to be signing with us at some point. Did some scouting on this guy, Lawrence Makuza. He's a 70 overall cornerback, really good speed and acceleration, good man coverage and zone coverage. So probably going to be giving this guy an offer here pretty soon. In fact, I may go ahead and do that this week. We'll see. But Kevin Sinius, guy that we talked about last week, pretty big bust in terms of scouting, but he does have some pretty good speed and route running, catching traffic, that type of thing. It's just his base catching stat that's awful, but could be like a good punt return guy, something like that for us. So we're going to keep him on the list. Ben Sills we've talked about at D-tackle, Fred Lawrence the fullback, and Trey Ryan is another outside linebacker I found. Really good speed and acceleration. Well, not great speed, but good acceleration and pretty good hit power. So another balanced type of outside linebacker guy that we're going to go for. Currently behind to ULM, but hopefully we're able to gain some ground this week on him. And then Darian Guerra, a guy that we talked about last week as well. Jim at strong safety. We did gain some ground here, still under the lockout line, but I think we do have a chance to be able to slip in there with him only being at 48%. We should be able to make some ground in the next few weeks and hopefully get him to sign as well. So that's our recruiting update for the week. I think I will go ahead and reassign some points to Makuza, whatever his name is, Mazkucha. Anyway, but I will do that, and we will see you guys in the actual game. Real quick, I did want to mention, if you go to the ESPN tab on your Dynasty and go to Championship Contenders, this is the only place where you can see where your team is ranked outside of the top 25 during the regular season. So I wanted to show you guys, after last week's win over UTSA, we did jump up from number 46 all the way up to 29. So we're probably 1, maybe 2 wins away from breaking into the top 25. I think if we get a win today against Oklahoma State, then that should be enough to get us into that lower level of the top 25. But yeah, wanted to give you guys a heads up on this. It also shows you sort of your projected rank based on recruiting and that type of thing, who's graduating. Yeah, so we're not particularly great looking forward, but still a long season, still a lot of recruiting left to do, and yeah, so just wanted to give you guys that update. Alright, here's a look at our top 25 games of the week. We've got Clemson at NC State. Clemson's going to win that one pretty big. Ole Miss and Ohio State have some FCS opponents. Not a problem for Ole Miss, not a problem for Ohio State. We got Texas 0-3 at number 19 Arkansas, who is still undefeated. Texas is not able to get their first win of the season at 0-4. Arkansas wins it by 17. Oklahoma at LSU. LSU stays undefeated and wins that one 28-21. A&M's got a FCS team here. They're going to win 44-7. Duke at Pittsburgh. Pitt's able to remain undefeated as well and gets a win. Kansas State is actually going to lose their first game of the season at home against the Raging Cajuns, Louisiana Lafayette. Pretty surprising there. We got Michigan #1 at Charlotte, 31-13, not an issue for them. Penn State at home, they're able to dominate against Kent State to get back to 500. Michigan State at Notre Dame, they are going to pull off the upset in overtime, 27-24. So Notre Dame drops their first game of the season. Arizona State at TCU, they're able to upset TCU 26-21. We got North Carolina at 2-0 going to Syracuse, not a problem there for them, 49-3. Georgia Tech at Florida State, Florida State takes care of it 33-27. Game of the week, Florida at Tennessee, Florida 37-7 over number 13 Tennessee, and Florida should be sneaking to that top 25 after that win. We got undefeated Oregon State at San Diego State. They're able to shut them out 23-0. West Virginia at Maryland. Maryland wins it by 2 touchdowns. Georgia at Alabama, 2 undefeateds, top 10 matchup. Alabama 24-3 over Georgia. They're going to jump to the top 5 for sure. USC at Washington, number 4 versus number 14. Washington finds a way to win 38-33. And we've got Oregon at Illinois. Oregon wins it by 20. And then we've got Wisconsin at UCLA. UCLA falls by 1 point at home to Wisconsin. That's their first loss of the season. And then we've got BYU at Utah. Utah wins it by 10. And that's it for our top 25 games of this week. Alright, welcome to our Week 4 matchup against Oklahoma State on the road. Our first conference game of the season. Going to be a tough matchup here, but here are the division standings at this point. Not a lot of conference games played so far, but TCU looks like they're on top right now at 2-1 in conference play. So let's get into the game. We do get the ball first. Smith is going to drop back here on 2nd and 8 and get rid of it to O'Laughlin, who gets upended, but not before he gets a big gain of 17 there. 3rd and 2 later in the drive, Jenkins gets the handoff and gets swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of 2. So we're going to have to settle for a field goal here. Following Oklahoma State drive, Bowman drops back, throws it to Presley. Presley's going to get 8 yards on the play, and that's not going to be enough for the first down. So we get the ball right back. Smith play action to Jenkins. He drops back, throws it again to O'Laughlin, finds him for another 17-yard gain and a first down. Smith drops back, throws it across the middle into traffic, and that's going to be picked off by Trey Rucker there. Oklahoma State gets the ball right back. They're going to drive down the field here. Bowman on the option play keeps it himself, gets a couple of blocks, makes a move, gets down inside the red zone to the 20, or with a 21-yard rush to about the 20-yard line. Later in the drive, 2nd and 1. He's going to drop back, fakes a handoff, finds his man Blaine Green for the touchdown there, 12-yard reception. Blaine Green with 4 receptions, 54 yards on the day. Next drive for us, Smith fakes the handoff, throws it across the middle into traffic again. That's going to be intercepted by Corey Black. Oklahoma State gets the ball right back. He's going to go down around the 40-yard line, and they have all the momentum right now. Bowman takes the snap. He's going to throw it across the middle and find Johnson, the big tight end, for 17 yards and a first down. 3rd down later on in the drive, Bowman drops back. He doesn't find anybody. He's going to go down for the sack. So it's going to be 4th and 18 here. They're going to have to punt it back to us, and we got a chance to get back into this game. Smith drops back and finds Mathis on the screen. He gets a block, makes another man miss, breaks another tackle, and slides out of bounds at the 40. 12 yards on the play. Here we go, 3rd and 3 later in the drive. We're going to find Golden on the left side. Golden on the game ended up with 2 receptions, 30 yards. Smith hands it off to Jenkins up the middle on 3rd and 3. He does power his way forward for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal here. Following play, Smith drops back and does find O'Laughlin across the middle. Big game for O'Laughlin here. I believe he ended up with 7 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Bowman goes deep here. He gets picked off by Alex Hogan. Hogan's going to bring it back into enemy territory here. Gets tackled around the 40. And we got a chance to extend our lead here. Smith drops back to pass, throws it deep to Johnson, finds Johnson in the red zone. Johnson's going to have 6 receptions for 110 yards in this game. Smith does see the receiver over there, but does get deflected there by Corey Black, and we have to settle for another field goal. So we're going to take this 13-7 lead into halftime. Coming out of the half, Oklahoma State gets the ball first. Bowman drops back and throws it across the left side to Presley. Presley makes a man miss and gets close to midfield there for a 17-yard first down. Bowman's going to take the snap here. He's going to drop back to pass. He throws it to the left side of the field, and Bruce is wide open. Bruce ended up with 67 yards receiving on the day, 5 catches there. Bowman drops back to pass here on 1st and 10 in the red zone, and wide open in the end zone is Brennan Presley for his 2nd touchdown. So Presley ended up with 7 receptions, 94 yards, a couple of touchdowns. There's another reception by Golden across the middle for 15 yards and a first down. Smith drops back on the screen pass, finds Jenkins. Jenkins is going to break it down the sideline for a big gain there for 16 yards. I'm just going to show you all the plays on this drive because they were all first downs. Smith drops back and finds Johnson on the left sideline there for a first down. And then the very next play, we're going to have a run to Mathis Jr., and he's going to break this one all the way for a touchdown. Dives for the pylon and gets 6 points there. We're going to go for 2 here, try to make it a 7-point game. Smith's going to drop back and find his man Brown on the slant route, and that's going to make it a 21-14 lead. So following Oklahoma State drive, pass across the middle on 3rd down. Looks like he stopped short, but he breaks free and does get just enough for that first down. So they're going to keep this drive rolling. 3rd and 4. Bowman drops back. He's hit as he throws, but he does find Sterling on the sideline. He can't hang on to it. So that's going to be 4th and 4. They're going to have to punt the ball right back to us. Smith drops back here on 3rd and 8. He doesn't see anyone. He starts to scramble. He is going to get the first down and gets out of bounds after a gain of 13. 3rd and 13 later in the drive. Smith scrambling again. He rolls out to the right, and he does find Johnson for a huge gain. He makes a man miss. He gets slung down around the 12-yard line, but that's a 47-yard gain for him. Next play, 1st and 10, Smith drops back to pass. He doesn't see anyone. He is going to get hit, and he's going to fumble it. Recovered there by Colin Clay of the defense. Big momentum shift here. Oklahoma State, down 7, has a chance to go down here in the 4th quarter and tie this ball game up. So Bowman's going to drop back to pass. He gets hit as he throws. He has another deep ball to Presley, and this time it's not picked. He's going to catch it. That's going to be a huge gain. Next series here, 3rd and 9. He's going to find his man Stribling there for a touchdown, but this one is going to be called back on an offensive pass interference. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 19. So Bowman drops back to pass, goes deep across the middle, wide open is Green for a first down. They're going to have the ball inside the 5, 1st and goal. 2nd and goal here. Collins takes the toss, and he makes a man miss and easily gets into the end zone there. Elijah Collins with a 2-yard touchdown run. Later in the 4th quarter, it's 2nd and 6. O'Laughlin across the left side again. He's going to get a big first down. 3rd and 10 later in the drive. Smith drops back to pass. He doesn't see anybody. He throws it across the middle and squeezes one in there to Brown for a first down. So we are going to try to run down the clock here and try to get a field goal here before half. So Smith doesn't see anybody. He throws it. He finds O'Laughlin, but he doesn't get enough air under it. Gets picked off. That's his 3rd interception of the day. And Oklahoma State's going to have a chance to go down and win the game. Deep pass here to Bruce on the sideline. Arlen Bruce with a big 20-yard reception gets them near midfield. 3rd and 6 here. Bowman is going to go down for the sack. So that's a huge stop for our defense. They're going to have to punt here with 10 seconds left. We get the ball back. 1 second left. One final heave to the end zone. He's got a man wide open, and he just can't hang on to it. So we are going to go to overtime here. We get the ball first here in overtime. So 2nd and 4 here. Jenkins takes it on the counter play. He does get 9 yards and a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal here. On 3rd and goal from the 2, we hand off to Mathis. He gets stuffed. Nowhere to go there. And it's going to be 4th and goal. Big decision here. We're going to go for it. Another handoff to Mathis. He has a huge hole. He's able to run right in untouched for the touchdown. So we take a 7-point lead here in overtime. Oklahoma State gets the ball right back. Drops back to pass. Finds a man, Johnson. He's inside the 10 for a 1st and goal. 18 yards on the play. After a couple of sacks, they're right back where they started at the 25. 3rd and goal from the 25. He finds Stribling across the middle. He gets a big gain of 21, but there is an offsides on the play that they are going to accept. So instead of 4th and 5, it's going to be 3rd and 20. They do make a play down the sideline, and it's going to be 4th and 5 anyway. So 4th down and goal. This is the ball game here. 4th and 5. He finds a man across the middle. Wide open is Presley again. I think I said it wrong before. That was actually his 2nd touchdown reception of the game. So 3rd and 2 here. They start with the ball in 2nd overtime. Finds Gordon across the middle for a 1st down. It's going to be 1st and 10 around the 11. He's going to drop back to pass. On 3rd and 11, he finds his man, but he can't get into the end zone. He's going to be a couple yards short, and they are going to settle for a field goal here. Next play, Smith finds his man on the slant, but he underthrows it. That's going to be intercepted there by Anthony Goodlow, and that's going to be your ball game. Oklahoma State able to get the win here at home, 31-28. Heartbreaking loss for our guys. He did have his man open there, but just threw it behind him. So here's your summary here. We've got 445 to 319 in terms of offense. This was really a dominant performance by our team. Unfortunately, with the 5 turnovers, you're just not going to have an easy time winning with 5 turnovers. Alright, so we're going to advance the week here, and we'll be doing the bye week as well. Let's see if we get any recruiting commitments here. So we do end up getting the quarterback, Nick Harvickson. So that's going to fill that spot on our team needs for this season in terms of recruiting. Upsetting loss for the team, but we do have a bye week to sort of bounce back and hopefully turn the season around. Let's take a look at the bye week here. Alright, so only real updates here for the bye week in terms of recruiting. We've added Lawrence Mazkucha, however you pronounce that, at cornerback, and we have added Trey Ryan, outside linebacker, to our list, along with Taylor Caggiano at the outside linebacker position, and then we are still making up ground here on Darian Garrower. Safety, we'll probably be moving him to free safety just because that's where the team need is right now, but yeah, we'll see how his overall changes when you do that. But yeah, that's the recruiting for the bye week. And after the overtime loss at Oklahoma State, we do fall down to number 41 in the rankings, back from 29, I believe, last week. So not a huge loss in terms of ranking, and we do have a lot of season left to potentially make up for that loss and maybe turn the season around. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the top 25 matchups. Tennessee taking care of business. Alabama hosting Colorado State. They are going to barely win by 3. Maryland at Charlotte. Not a problem there. They win by a touchdown. Oklahoma at Mississippi State. They do hand Mississippi State their first loss, 27-17. Texas A&M at Arkansas. Arkansas really starting off well, 5-0, getting a big win over Texas A&M. Florida at Kentucky. They do win it by a touchdown to stay undefeated. Cincinnati at UCF. Cincinnati's going to win by 10. They're going to 4-0. Penn State hosting Michigan State. They win it by a couple touchdowns. North Carolina at Cal. They do get upset 38-24. First loss of the season for North Carolina. Clemson hosting Wake Forest. They do end up losing by 3. Looks like on a last 2-minute field goal there by Wake Forest. So Clemson gets upset. Florida State at hosting Boston College. They're going to win by 11. Kansas at Utah. Utah, no problem there. Washington at Minnesota. Washington's going to win it pretty easily. Iowa at Oregon. It's going to go to overtime, and Iowa pulls off the upset. First loss of the season for Oregon. Colorado at Oregon State. They are going to lose in overtime. Oregon State 5-0 now, number 11 in the country. They'll be moving up. LSU at Texas. Texas gets their first win of the season against the number 4 team in the country in a blowout, 44-17. Interesting. Michigan hosting Purdue, not a problem. We got Pittsburgh at Virginia. Pittsburgh goes to 4-0, 42-14 over Virginia. Arizona State at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to win it by 2 in overtime. Nebraska at USC. USC wins it big to go to 4-1. Ohio State at Wisconsin. They are going to get upset as well. 42-33, Wisconsin pulls off the upset over number 2, Ohio State. So those are the top 25 matchups of the bye week for us, and we're going to go ahead and move on to week number 6. So as always, we are going to advance week and go on to week 6. We're going to take a look and see if we got any new commitments as far as recruiting goes, and then we will go ahead and end the video there. Got a top 25 matchup on the road next week at K-State. We do get kicker Coleman Carney. That's a big team need for us, and Sean Heflin does commit. So a couple of team needs filled there. And we got some others ready to visit. Nobody we're really particularly interested in, but they can always help with boosting the points of the other recruits that are visiting, so that's good. And so that is going to do it for this episode. We are going to be playing at K-State in week 6 in the next video, so hope to see you there. Have a good one, and we will see you guys in the next one.